Hi everyone, welcome back to this video series focusing on the social media Simternship from Stukent. I'm making these short videos to help you dive deeper into each round of the simulation and have a greater understanding of the social media strategies discussed in the course. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a new round walkthrough. In this video, we walk through details of the organic social post rounds of the social media Simternship. Before diving into the simulation, let's talk about organic posts. Organic posts on social media are unpaid content that businesses and individuals share to engage their audience, build brand awareness, create engagement, and generate revenue. These posts can include images, videos, links, captions, and more designed to encourage interaction without the use of paid promotions. Success with organic posts depends on factors like timing, content quality, audience relevance, and platform-specific best practices. Let's dive into the simulation to discuss the organic social post rounds and strategies to maximize your performance. If you haven't already done so, please log in to the Social Media Simternship. If you are following along in this video series, when you log in, your screen should look similar to mine. You can see in the upper left-hand corner that we are on round 1. If you click the Organic Social Post drop-down, you can see that rounds 1 through 3 are organic social posts. During the organic social post rounds, you'll create unpaid posts that promote the OG line for Buhi Bags. Let's explore key strategies to help you succeed in these rounds before creating content in round 1. Down in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see a Resources button. Click this button to open the resources available. One of the first resources you'll want to check is the Reynolds Research Report. This report contains a lot of valuable information, but for the organic rounds, we'll focus on a few key insights. First, let's look at the top revenue-generating social media platforms for the North American bag industry. If we check out this pie chart, we can see that Facebook accounted for 26% of total tote bag sales revenue last year, followed by Instagram at 23%, Pinterest at 15%, and TikTok at 14%. This breakdown helps us understand where our organic content is likely to have the biggest impact. Next, we'll review the market competition section. This report shows the average number of posts per day among Buhi's top competitors. According to the data, Twitter has the highest posting frequency, with competitors posting anywhere from 6 to 15 times per day. Meanwhile, platforms like Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram all have an average of fewer than 5 posts per day. Does this mean we need to post 6 to 15 times per day on Twitter and no more than 5 times on the other platforms? Not necessarily. Instead of following these numbers exactly, we want to use this information to build a broader understanding of the market. By analyzing these trends, we can make informed decisions about the best posting strategy for Buhi Bags. The next important resource to review in the organic social rounds is the Social Media Audit. This report provides key performance metrics, including reach, engagements, and conversions. Understanding these metrics help us predict how our posts are likely to perform in the market. Let's start with reach. This tells us how many people are seeing our posts. According to the audit, Facebook has the highest reach, followed by Instagram and TikTok, while YouTube has the lowest reach. Based on this information, you can see that YouTube, Pinterest, and Twitter all have much lower reach, meaning fewer people are likely to see the posts you create on these channels. Next, we'll look at engagements. Engagements measure interactions like comments, reactions, and shares. Instagram leads by a significant margin, with much higher engagement than both Facebook and TikTok. Again, in comparison, YouTube, Twitter, and Pinterest have much lower engagement than the other channels. Finally, let's check out conversions. Conversions are the number of users who take action, like making a purchase. Once again, Facebook has the highest conversion rate, followed by Instagram and TikTok. YouTube, Twitter, and Pinterest generate a much lower number of conversions and likely will not generate much revenue for Buhi Bags. So, what can we take from this information? We can see that platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok generate the highest reach, engagements, and conversions. Thus, it is wise to focus on creating enough posts on these platforms. At the same time, YouTube, Pinterest, and Twitter perform the lowest across all three metrics. Does this mean that we shouldn't post on these platforms? No. It just means that content on these channels will not perform as well as it does on higher performing platforms. If we think back to the Reynolds research report, you might remember that Buhi's competitors are creating between 6 and 15 posts per day on Twitter. However, after reviewing these metrics, we can see that Twitter is not a high-performing platform for Buhi. So, while we still want to post there, we likely do not need to make anywhere near 6 to 15 posts per day. Instead, I'd recommend creating one post per day on Twitter and focusing additional posts on platforms that perform better like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The next part of the social media audit provides an audience breakdown for each platform. This section includes key demographic insights such as gender, age, income, education, location, and social media engagement times. Why is this important? Because we want to match each platform's audience to the personas, which we discussed in a previous video. Understanding who is using each platform helps us create more effective content that aligns with our target customers. One of the most critical insights here is the best engagement times for each platform. To make this information easy to reference, I highly recommend creating a Google Sheet where you can compile all the audience data, especially the optimal posting times. This will help you schedule posts strategically and maximize reach and engagement on each platform. Let's take a look at how I've organized the platform information, persona details, and engagement times information in a Google Sheet. Here you can see that I've created a breakdown of each of the key statistics for all 6 social media platforms. In addition, I've also mapped out each of the 7 personas, detailing their characteristics and keywords. From there, I created a rough estimate of which platforms best serve each specific audience. Please note, this is just one approach. You might decide that certain platforms align better or worse with a persona based on your own analysis, which is why I highly encourage you to create your own version of this sheet, giving you a complete visual overview of the platforms and audiences at the same time. The last thing you'll notice is a small table summarizing the total number of platforms associated with each persona. For example, TikTok and YouTube align with 5 of the personas, Facebook and Instagram match 4 of the personas, Pinterest matches 2, and Twitter matches 1. We can take this information along with the reach, engagement, and conversion metrics from the social media audit to help us decide which platforms to focus on when creating our posts. By using this strategy, we can make more informed decisions about where to allocate our time and content efforts for the best results. In addition to the audience breakdown, I've also created tabs showing the best engagement times for each platform. If you look at this sheet, you'll notice that I've used different color-coded cells to indicate optimal posting times for each platform based on the information in the social media audit. Blue represents the highest engagement times, green indicates strong engagement times, yellow shows moderate engagement times, and red represents the lowest engagement times. When scheduling posts, I always prioritize the blue time slots first, followed by green, then yellow, and finally red if needed. For example, if we look at Facebook, the highest engagement times, shown in blue, are Thursdays and Fridays around 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m., and Saturdays around 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. I highly recommend creating a similar sheet to help you stay organized when scheduling posts. To keep track of your progress in each round, you can mark each scheduled post with an X in the corresponding cell. That way, you know exactly which time slots you've already used for the current round and which ones still need coverage. This system will help ensure that your posts are going out at the most effective times, maximizing engagement on each platform. On the last page of the social media audit, you'll find a chart detailing how likely individuals are to interact with different content elements across various platforms. You'll notice that different types of content perform better on specific platforms. Static images receive higher interaction rates on Instagram and Pinterest compared to Facebook or Twitter. Videos see significantly higher engagement on TikTok and YouTube, which makes sense because these are video-based platforms. The final section of the audit looks at recommended character count per post for each platform. Here you can see that Pinterest allows for the highest character count, meaning you can include longer descriptions in your posts. Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok have lower character counts, so your messaging needs to be more concise on these platforms. Now let's dive into the simulation and walk through the process of creating organic social posts. In each round, you'll focus on developing posts that effectively advertise the OG line for Buhi Bags. To get started, go to your simulation and click on Create Organic Social Post tab. This is where you'll spend most of your time in each round. Before jumping in, I highly recommend watching the organic post walkthrough video provided in the platform. It's a quick 3-minute, 52-second guide that will help you navigate the post creation process. Once you've reviewed it, you can minimize this video and start generating your own posts. The first step in creating a post is selecting the platform. For this example, I'll choose Facebook. After clicking to create a new post, you'll see several sections that need to be completed: media, caption, and scheduled time and date. Let's start with media and captions. For this post, I'll target the Daypacker Tom audience. By clicking Add Media and searching for the keyword Outdoors, which aligns with this persona, I'll see various options, including blogs, images, and videos. I'll select the image titled Get Out for $300, which showcases Buhi's most rugged pack from a Rocky Mountain photo shoot. Now let's create a caption for Facebook. Lost in the wild, found in the moment, #adventure, and #travel. Next, I'll schedule this post. Based on the simulation's engagement insights, a top performing time for Facebook is Thursday at 1 p.m. Since Daypacker Tom is also active on Instagram, I'll choose to duplicate this post. Everything, image, caption, and schedule, copies over. However, because the audiences differ across platforms, I recommend modifying captions for each. On Instagram, I'll update the caption to Peaks, Packs, and Pure Freedom. #adventure, #travel. Looking at Instagram's peak engagement times, Thursday at 5 p.m. is ideal, so I'll adjust the schedule accordingly. Let's say we want to post on TikTok next, where Daypacker Tom is also active. When I try to duplicate the post, TikTok isn't an option. Why? TikTok only supports videos, not images. This is something to keep in mind when planning your content for each platform. Once I'm happy with my posts, I'll scroll down and click Schedule All Posts. You'll repeat this process for all your organic posts in round 1, which covers a full week. By strategically selecting platforms, tailoring captions, and optimizing scheduling times, you'll maximize engagement and performance in the simulation. Now, let's talk about how you're scored in the simulation. Within the platform, you're scored based on 2 key metrics: impressions and conversions. To earn 100% within the simulation, you need to achieve a minimum of 150,000 impressions and 250 plus conversions for each organic round. However, keep in mind that this is the scoring criteria for the simulation itself. Your professor may have a different grading approach. For example, some professors use the simulation as a competition within the class, ranking students based on the metrics earned in each round. So, how can you earn those minimums of 150,000 impressions and 250 plus conversions within each round? The key is to use the previous information we discussed, like the research reports and social media audits, to create the best possible content for your audience. Let's take a deeper dive into how each individual post is scored within the simulation. This is very important, so pay close attention. Each post is scored based on the following criteria: time, day, content, media, keyword, post frequency, and duplicate content. Let's break down each of these. The time score is determined based on the specific time of day you schedule each post. For example, on Facebook, posts scheduled around 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. typically perform better than posts scheduled at 1 a.m. or 3 a.m. The time you choose plays a big role in how your post is scored. The day score is based on the days of the week you choose to schedule your posts. For instance, on Facebook, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays generally see higher engagement than Mondays or Tuesdays. The content score depends on how well your post matches the target audiences you're focusing on. This includes whether your keywords reach your specific audience, and also if there are spelling or grammar errors. Make sure your content is clear, concise, and appropriate for your audience. The media score is determined by how well your media, like images or videos, matches the specific persona you're targeting, as well as how well it aligns with your content and keywords. Ensure that your media reflects the audience and supports the message of your post. The keyword score is based on how well your keywords match the media and caption in your post. Be sure to choose the right keywords that resonate with your audience and fit the content that you're posting. The post frequency score looks at how often you post on each platform. For example, if you only create one post on Facebook over the course of an entire week, your post frequency score will likely be lower. The more consistent and frequent your posts, the better your score will be. Finally, there's a duplicate content penalty. This reduces your overall post score if you repeat the same content on the same platform. It's important to create unique content for each post to avoid this penalty. So, make sure you're scheduling posts at optimal times, selecting the right content and media, using effective keywords, posting regularly, and avoiding duplicate content. These factors all play a key role in earning higher scores for your posts. Next, let's talk about your budget for each organic round. In each round, you're given $500 to spend on media, and this budget resets with each new round. There's no advantage to saving your budget for future rounds, so you're encouraged to use your entire budget in each round to maximize your impact. You'll use this budget to select higher quality media for your posts. For example, you might want to invest in a blog post or an image that has a cost associated with it. By using your budget wisely, you can enhance the quality of your content and ultimately increase your chances of reaching your goals for impressions and conversions. Make sure to fully utilize your $500 in each round to get the best results from your media selection. Okay, we've covered a lot of information in the organic post rounds. Now, let's address some frequently asked questions. Question 1. How many posts should I create per round? My recommendation is that you create a minimum of one post per day per platform. This means for each round you should be generating at least 42 total posts since there are 6 platforms and 7 days in a week. I also recommend creating additional posts on high-performing platforms to boost your metrics and scores. Question 2. Is there a maximum number of posts I should create per round? While there is no specific maximum on the number of posts you can create, I recommend not exceeding 90 to 100 posts per round. If you're generating more than 90 to 100 posts, you may start to spam your audience, which can lead to diminishing returns. It's important to strike a balance between posting enough to generate engagement and not overwhelming your audience. Question 3. Can I duplicate content across platforms? The short answer is yes. You can duplicate content from one platform to another. For example, if you create a post for Facebook, you can reuse that post on Instagram. However, the longer answer is a bit more nuanced. While you can duplicate content, I recommend not duplicating the caption in its exact form from one platform to another. Even if the image and theme of your post fit both Facebook and Instagram audiences, you need to recognize that the audiences on each platform are not identical. To get the best engagement, you should customize the caption for each platform to better align with the specific tone and style of that audience, as well as the time and day of posting. These small adjustments can make a big difference in how your content resonates with your followers on each platform. Question 4. How do I create content for a minimum of 42 posts for each organic round? I completely understand that creating a large volume of content can feel overwhelming, especially if you're not sure where to start. My first recommendation is to review your syllabus for your specific class, as it may provide helpful guidelines and context for your content creation. When it comes to actually generating content, my advice is to take advantage of technology, if that's allowed in your class. AI tools like Gemini or ChatGPT can be extremely useful for helping you generate ideas and structure your posts. However, I don't recommend relying on AI to create all 42 posts at once. Instead, use AI to help you generate content ideas that will resonate with your specific audience on each platform. For example, you can ask AI to help brainstorm post ideas, come up with catchy captions, or suggest different ways to present your content. With the right approach, you'll be able to tailor these ideas to fit your audience and goals for each platform, and you'll have more than enough material to reach your post goal. Question 5. Why does the simulation start in October? The simulation begins in October and runs for 12 weeks. Starting in October allows you to create content for both holiday promotions and regular periods. This time frame includes a variety of holidays, giving you the opportunity to plan and adjust content for both seasonal and non-seasonal marketing. If you have any additional questions or comments about the organic rounds of the simulation, feel free to send me an email at bschoolplaybooks@gmail.com, or you can ask your question in the comments section of this video. Alright, we'll wrap up here for today. In the next video, I will provide a few example posts for round 1, as well as reviewing the results of those posts.